Hiring one-on-one coach has been one of the most influential decisions that I made in my life. And the return on investment was phenomenal. And I mean financial return on investment, spiritual return on investment. My mindset shifted. Absolutely amazing. And also, that was one of the most challenging decisions that I ever made in my life. Coach, especially one-on-one coach, can bear really heavy consequences, not just financial, but emotional consequences as well. Because this is one-on-one relationship. This is like marrying a wrong person. And when you paid between $25 to $5,000 to $10,000, $30,000 for one-on-one coach, and you realize that this is not it, this is not the right fit, and you don't know how to fix it, that can carry a lot of weight. So I normally ask myself 3 questions before I hire one-on-one coach. What type of support do I need right now? Do I need mindset support? Do I need strategy? Do I need nervous system regulation? Or do I need something in between? Number 2, do they practice what they actually preach? And number 3, do we actually connect? Is there a connection? Do I connect with that coach? Do I like that coach? Because I'm not for everyone and not everyone is for me. So let's break it down. So I think the most important question when you are looking for support is actually start with a self-diagnosis. What type of support do you actually need? Do you need strategy? Do you need mindset? Do you need nervous system regulation? Do you need a coach who will just give you straight strategy, or a coach who can play both, a coach and a mindset mentor and a therapist and a spiritual guide? And there are coaches like that out there. So at that point, at that moment, I for sure needed a strategy, but also it was important to me to work with an entrepreneur who I resonated with. And in fact, my coach, it was not a big name coach. It was not a big name coach. And in fact, it wasn't even a business coach. It was a career coach. And I did not hire her for career coaching services. I hired her for business coaching because I was like, you know what? I want to do what she does. And I also knew her coach, and I like her coach that she was a client of, and I immediately connect because I knew that she knows the methodology well and she implemented the methodology well, and because I see what she's doing, I see how she shows up online, and I wanted that. So I want a strategy, I want a person that I connect with on a personal level, I want a spiritual person. She's a person of faith. So those things are aligned. And listen, when I work with my clients, especially when I work with my clients who either in my book and sold out program or in my Build the Way You Love, I always bring all 3 aspects together, because any strategy can work, but at some point when you're building a business, you either hit spiritual blockages, like something spiritually blocking you. Maybe you are in the vicious cycle emotionally. Maybe something is going on the spiritual level. Maybe your mindset needs to be upgraded, because when a proven strategy that works for somebody else is not working for you, it's either you need to upgrade your identity, or you need to really address the deeper questions, deeper your why. Why are you doing this? And also, is that strategy, is that approach congruent with your nervous system? I actually developed a quiz, 5 marketer archetypes, where I help entrepreneurs to diagnose and analyze what kind of marketer archetypes they possess and what would be the best strategy for them, because big launches is not for everyone. Posting 3 times a day is not for everyone. Some people thrive on content creation marketing, large output. Some people thrive on referral marketing, and this is the type of business they're building. So if you're curious what is your marketer archetype, the link is in the description. So It's really quick. Check it out. So for me, when I was working with that one-on-one coach, the outcome that I got, like, first of all, I immediately got the return on investment. I started landing clients. Like, come on. At the end of the day, we hire a business coach to start seeing the progress in our business. And this is exactly what I'm seeing with my clients. When my clients show up, we work on the strategy. I'm like, listen, I'm all logic guy. So logic goes first, but then that logic connects with your mindset. Then that logic connects with your nervous system. Then that logic connects on the spiritual level. You need to manifest, like, untap of the strategy that you have to implement. You have to be congruent. You have to be in congruence with that strategy, with your mindset, with your spiritual work, with your spiritual journey. Like, it's all connected together. And this is why I'm not a fan of, like, let's just do all spiritual, but then you might actually ask practical questions. Okay, but how do I sell? How do I address the objections on the sales call? How do I write my post in a way that it speaks to the right person at the right level of awareness where they're at? How do I convert people in my DM conversations? This is the tactics. This is the logical mind. This is the wisdom. But also, like, if your identity is not upgraded to the level of identity that you desire to achieve that outcome, that will be challenging, and we work on both. And normally with my clients, especially in Book and Sold Out, when people are validating the offer, when people are getting the momentum, when people want to get more sales, they want to get more people in, at some point we hit that wall when this identity issue, and like, oh, I'm getting clients, but I feel like I'm not ready for that level of clients that I'm getting. What do I do next? We create capacity. We go further. We break through. So the next question that I ask is, do they practice what they preach? Listen, I will never tell you, go and run paid ads, because I don't run paid ads. And this is not the methodology that I use. I consider it, I will test it first, but I will never tell you to run the paid ads. I will not tell you not to run paid ads. I run paid ads. I will support you through that process, but it is not the promise, right? Because again, like, even with if this is your messaging, you can fix poor messaging with ads. You're just gonna burn more money on ads if your messaging doesn't convert, if you don't speak to the right level of awareness, to the right point of time when people make a buying decision. And also the idea of paid ads is different. Also, I am not that kind of person who will advertise on or sell you one solution and I am myself implementing another. For example, yes, LinkedIn is one of my main platforms. This is where I see the most engagement, most amount of conversations, and I will always recommend you LinkedIn. But also I am on Instagram, but also I am on YouTube. And these strategies that I test with my clients, I have clients who land clients from conferences, not even from social media. And when we were doing a 360 review with that client, and we would be working for a year, we decided, like, hey, you need to go and build more conferences. You need to build your own conference. You need to build your own thing, because this is how you land clients. Not from LinkedIn, not from Instagram, not from X or Threads. He lands clients from conferences. Go after conferences. Another, my client lands client from podcasts. Again, I'm not going to say, hey, pour all of your energy on LinkedIn or Instagram and try to land clients from there. Absolutely not. Pour all of your energy. Pour 80% of your energy into your podcast and then 20% on other social media platforms, so you have the visibility on other social media platforms, so you can have the healthy flow of people going. So this is a big one, and this is one of the red flags that I see in the coaching industry. When a coach doesn't practice what they preach, when they say, "Hey, you can do 100% organic," and then they go ahead and invest 6 figures in paid ads. This is incongruency for me. I'm sorry. Maybe I'm just a little salty, but this is personal incongruency for me. And the third question, and this is probably one of the most important questions, and this is where I struggle the most with my coaches in the past. And I work, by the way, like full transparency, I work with amazing entrepreneurs. I work with amazing coaches in the past. So I have nothing bad to say any of them. In fact, I am here where I'm at today because I work with those coaches. But connection is a big one. Connection is a big one. Listen, I have certain background. I'm an immigrant. I'm a person of faith. I have very specific background. I'm a former clinical psychologist. I made a transition from corporate to coaching. And the problem that I'm running into is that I don't connect with my coach on a deeper level. And it's not that they don't resonate with me. They don't get it. And listen, I don't know if it is a factor. Majority of my coaches, like my one-on-one coach was a Black woman, absolutely amazing executive HR Black woman who taught me everything that I know today, and I practice until this day. And you know what the point of connection was? Because she gets me. She gets how it is like to be different. And this is what I'm looking for in my coach. And the way I find that connection, are they talking with me in the DMs? Are they ignoring me? If my one-on-one potential coach ignores me in the DM, I don't want that coach. If they sent me immediately to their questionnaire before even having the more detailed conversation, I don't mind filling out the questionnaire to see if I'm qualified to answer all the questions. But what I do mind is when you treat me like a transaction. And when I talk to people in the DMs in social media, I never treat a person like a transaction because I work with people one-on-one. This is relationship business. This is where I thrive. This is where my clients thrive, through deep relationships and how they connect. So these are 3 questions that I personally ask. What kind of support do I need? Do they practice what they preach? And do I connect with that coach or not? Listen, if you've been thinking about one-on-one coach and you consider your option, I invite you to connect with me on Instagram or LinkedIn. Send me a direct message. Tell me about the problem that you're solving right now and where do you need support right now. And let's see if it is the right fit. Let's see if we resonate. Because listen, when it comes to my one-on-one coaching, I am as discerning as my clients. I do have 2 containers. If you're thinking about gaining more momentum in your business, you're getting leads, you have the offer, you need to increase your momentum. Book L Sold Out is a really great container. It's a 3-month container. Tell me what's going on. I would like to hear from you. All right. Thank you so much for listening and watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye, y'all.